Cheng Yi is a small broken station in the Ghost Animal District returning to 2016. At a time when the short video industry was just starting and growing wildly, Cheng Yi took the lead and created various popular short videos, becoming the hottest internet celebrity on the entire network. Mengling. A chestnut of sand. I made them famous. Handmade memes. Director's quiz. Zhu Yidan. That's an employee of my company. As the godfather of a generation of internet celebrities, the leader of the industry. Keywords of the novel. Reborn Internet Celebrity Godfather without pop-ups, Reborn Internet Celebrity Godfather TXT Complete Collection Download, Reborn Internet Celebrity Godfather Latest Chapter Reading. Chapter 1. Rebirth starting from the class leader election. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 Rebirth starting from the class leader election, the next candidate is Cheng Yi, everyone applauds and welcomes him. Cheng Yi. Cheng Yi. Cheng Yi was like falling into a dream, and a series of calls seemed to come from the sky. Driven by instinct, he grabbed the speech manuscript in his hand and walked to the podium in a daze. Looking at the familiar and green faces below, he finally woke up and accepted reality. He has been reborn. 1 second ago, he was still staying up late making ghostly videos, and the next second, he appeared at the scene of the freshman election class cadres. Upon hearing low chuckles and discussions coming from below, distant memories emerged from my mind and gradually overlapped with the scene before me. The current scene is truly the most heinous and notorious scene in his university history. Today is the second day of college, and the first class of economics is running for class monitor. In order to appear more formal, he rented a suit and fantasized about going all out, successfully being elected. But the result was counterproductive. The cheap suit that costs 50 yuan per day doesn't match his figure. Hanging it on him is like hanging it on a clothes rack, empty and looking stooped and sleazy. In addition, with the scorching heat of September, the humid weather in the south was like a steamer, and hot sweat flowed down his forehead, forcing him to keep his eyes open. In his past life, he performed very poorly, and as expected, the class monitor fell behind. When the teacher read out the candidate for the class monitor, he, who was already suffering from heatstroke, fainted and caused a stir in the class. Cheng Yi also became the chief comedian of the economic class, directly losing the right to choose a spouse for 4 years. Cheng Yi, hurry up and start. A urging voice came from below. Sorry teacher, I'll start right away. Cheng Yi clenched her fist and her heart became solemn. Saving a failed college life is like this. Rebirth starts with being the class monitor. Fortunately, his work experience in the past few years has developed an incredibly rich face, allowing him to speak confidently and handle situations like this with ease. Cheng Yi first cleared her throat and coughed a few times, attracting everyone's attention. Then, she lowered her head and looked at the speech manuscript in her hand, reciting. Dear fellow citizens of Maigua, today I would like to reiterate. The discussion in the audience fell silent for an instant. Cheng Yi looked up and said, I seem to have entered the wrong screen, teacher. Please tell me, today is not running for President McKay, but something else. The homeroom teacher saw that Cheng Yi was playing tricks and smiled, indeed not. Today was just a small scene of running for class cadres. Cheng Yi clumped the speech manuscript in her hand expressionlessly and muttered softly, I'm ready for nothing. The humorous performance immediately caused a burst of laughter from the audience. Cheng Yi put on a serious face and said, since it's not running for president, I don't need to be so formal anymore. If I wear out this suit, I'll have to pay for it. As he spoke, he took off his suit, draped it over his arm, loosened his tie, and unbuttoned the first button of his white shirt. Cheng Yi breathed a sigh of relief and smiled, saying, indeed, this is much more comfortable. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Cheng Yi and I come from Jinan, Shandong. Today, I am running for the position of class monitor, standing on this campaign stage, I can actually showcase my resume in honor, or say some beautiful things and write a few empty promises. This kind of words can be spoken by everyone, and I believe I can also speak beautifully. However, I believe that all the students sitting here are not here to listen to empty talk, but to choose a responsible and practical class leader. I have a clear understanding of what kind of university life everyone expects. Freedom, relaxation, and dreams. However, I take responsibility to tell everyone that college life is far from as beautiful as you imagine. Various boring and uninteresting lectures pull you together, various meaningless school activities force you to participate, and various survey questionnaires harass you all day long. The study department, office, club, sports department, health department, as if any wild chicken department can dominate you. Check in for morning self-study, check classes, sleep, and hygiene, and take turns every day and week to disturb you. I am not exaggerating or saying that our school is not good, but that all universities are like this. If I were the class monitor, all I could do was to appeal to the preferences of all my classmates. I won't go to lectures that I'm not willing to attend, events that I don't want to participate in, and some bullshit questionnaire while playing. The study department, office, and health department, these two departments, enforce the law impartially and fairly, but if you want to put on any show or show any prestige, let them go and get lost. Don't try to bully anyone in our class. What have you suffered? Remember, the class monitor is covering you up. This is my first promise. The classmates were taken by Cheng Yi's typhoon and started cheering. Dominant. At the beginning, I thought it was bronze, but I didn't expect it to be a king. Cheng Yi said again, secondly, let me ask everyone, do you know what is the most important thing in university? Cheng Yi asked a few classmates to answer and accurately called out their names, as if she had known each other for a long time. Cheng Yi used a small trick here, and everyone hopes to be respected. Remembering a name is a form of respect. You should know that this is only the second day of school, and many people have not even remembered their roommate's name. Seeing their surprised looks, Cheng Yi knew she had performed well. After receiving several answers, Cheng Yi continued to speak. Some students say it's grades, while others say it's exercise and growth. It's all very important, but the most important thing is credits. This is related to whether you can graduate smoothly. Many students may think that graduation is easy, but I'll tell you some data from previous years. So, after I was elected, the biggest focus of my work was on credits. I promised that everyone in our class can earn enough credits and graduate smoothly. Thirdly, besides studying, romantic life is also quite important. Who doesn't crave sweet love? But as you can see in our class, there are 23 girls and 9 boys, with more wolves and less flesh. Faced with this situation, after I take office, I will organize class gatherings. Regardless of my major or college, whether it's property management, computer science, civil engineering, physical education, or art. Whether it's senior students or junior students, junior students still have to wait for next year. Anyway, as long as you like it, I'll lead the line and you can talk about love on your own. As long as you have enough contact with the opposite sex, I don't believe you can still be single. When I graduated, the other classes only had a degree certificate and graduation certificate. Our class added another marriage certificate. Let them envy to death. Class monitor, do you have a mother.in.law? I want to talk to you about it, a girl shouted below. Sorry, the famous flower has taken over. Humph, then I won't vote for you. Cheng Yi smiled and didn't answer any more. Instead, she turned to all her classmates and said, the above is my campaign speech. I promise to do what I say, but if I don't do anything in the future, you can scold me in person. I've finished speaking. Remember to vote for me, ladies and gentlemen. After speaking, Cheng Yi bowed and gracefully stepped down. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. I want to be the Upmaster. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. I want to be the Upmaster soon. All the campaign students finished their speeches. The voting results were announced, and Cheng Yi was elected as the class leader of the economics class of the 2016 business school with a very high number of votes. Although Cheng Yi had anticipated this result, she was still a bit excited in her heart. Reborn, he changed the election results. The wind rises from the end of the duckweed, this is a new starting point. Class monitor, what do you want to say to everyone? Suddenly, the class teacher gave Cheng Yi a cut. Cheng Yi did not refuse. He stood up, looked around, and exchanged a glance with each of his classmates before saying, "Classmates, let's spend 4 years of college in the way we like, and strive for no regrets." At night, Cheng Yi returned to the dormitory, only then did she have time to sort out the situation. Today is September 13, 2016, the second day of school. He will be reborn on April 15, 2024. In his past life, his main job was as a city manager for a listed company, responsible for the markets in 3 cities in southern Hunan. His side job was as a small up with 100,000 followers in the Ghost Animal District. The reason for rebirth is probably due to sudden death from being a ghostly animal. Cheng Yi is unknown. In short, the past has passed, and when it comes to the past life, Cheng Yi no longer thinks too much. He is more concerned about the current situation. After a day of exploration and data collection, he sadly discovered. He doesn't have a built-in system, he doesn't have a grandpa with him, and he doesn't have his own space. He has a rebirth gift package. There is no spiritual revival in this world, nor is it a parallel universe. There are also all cultural and entertainment works from previous lives. In short, he doesn't have any golden fingers. It has been proven from various perspectives that this is just an ordinary rebirth. That is to say, there is no unknown presence for him to choose a career. What he needs to do in this life is to find his own track. Profit advantage. Cheng Yi wrote these 4 words in her notebook and thought about them. He was reborn in 2024, and only by seizing the few opportunities in the next 8 years can he achieve a comeback in life. And his habit is to implement it on paper and then analyze it one by one. 1. Youth and Waiting for You After Class, P.S. In terms of songs, remember the complete lyrics, only 2 songs, and cannot follow the entertainment industry route, otherwise the later stage will be as cool as before. But you can copy it with a playful nature. 2. The Lord of Secrets, Holy Market, my senior brother is really too steady. P.S. Just write online articles. Online articles are poor for 3 generations, and publishing books can ruin one's life. Besides, I don't remember much of the plot. If I really write it, I can only waste the subject matter. It's better not to persecute the gods. 3. Fulian 4, Fulian 5, Wandering Earth, Neza, Hello, Li Huanying, Changjin Lake, P.S. As a screenwriter, it seems unrealistic. I am not a film professional, and I have no funds or connections. What else is there? After searching for memories, Cheng Yi choked silently. Why do I remember all the waste of nipple music? We only have a superficial understanding of industry development, policy trends, and the global landscape. Ultimately, the window period of these 8 years is too short. After much thought, Cheng Yi decided to return to her old profession and make videos. However, this seems to be a good choice. You should know that it is now 2016, and the short video industry has just started, growing wildly. In her past life, Cheng Yi worked part-time as a ghost and animal zone up. Although she didn't have many fans, she had at least browsed countless classic videos and was familiar with major top streams. He now has ideas, materials, and a level of editing and video production that is superior to most current producers, which can be said to have all the prerequisites for success. At the same time, he is invincible in predicting future policy trends and will not be overturned or banned due to various reasons. Moreover, the ceiling of the self-media industry is high enough. If you don't see a top live streaming influencer who evaded taxes and missed 634 million yuan, it shows how astronomical his profit level is. The top influencers on X Station charge hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising fees for just one meal. This is a golden track. Of course, being reborn as an internet celebrity or something is not Cheng Yi's ultimate goal. Rebirth and becoming an internet celebrity is too low. Not only the world's richest person, but also the richest person in China for fun. If you are only satisfied with being a small internet celebrity, it would be a waste of opportunities for rebirth. Cheng Yi immediately set a career plan for herself. Step 1. Accumulate fans and become a top influencer on a small website. Step 2. Radiate across the entire network, strive to surpass Paper Sauce and become the top one on the entire network. Step 3. Establish a company and collect internet celebrities such as Li Ziki, Yi Mengling, Kawaii Ryu, Ili Shasha, Director Xiaozi, Li Jieqi, Xiao Yanga, Zhu Yidan. Step 4. Transform into capital and retreat behind the scenes. Since she has chosen this industry, Cheng Yi plans to become a leader in the industry, and become a presence that sets rules for the industry. However, he also made a request for himself. Money is very important, very important. Making money is the top priority. But you can't become a hyena chasing traffic just for the sake of money. Besides making money, there are more things to do. To become a torch. At the beginning of the Wii Media era, on the internet full of ghosts and gods, stay awake and raise a torch. Emit light. Go light up. Let netizens see, let practitioners know, and let officials understand. When you control traffic, every viewpoint you convey must be responsible for this era. Suddenly, Cheng Yi had a thought. Perhaps the meaning of my life's rebirth lies in this. Then, Cheng Yi quickly patched it up. It's just the second meaning, the first meaning is to make money. I have decided to become an X-site uploader, and the first video is of utmost importance as a means of standing up. Heat should be there, it should be explosive. In terms of value orientation, we should be upright, not vulgar, and not have vulgar words. This kind of short video and ghostly beast, Cheng Yi thought of one. That is the most popular ghost work on Xiaopa Station. Rocket. Classic in the classic. The king of poetry, reform, the spring breeze blows all over the ground. Moreover, this is also the only ghost song by Cheng Yi that fully remembers the melody and lyrics. Sorry for the mad monkey PME, sorry for Xiaoke. In the future, we will jointly submit more articles to make up for you. Cheng Yi began to bury herself in writing lyrics, making this popular ghost beast appear in this world a year and a half earlier. People are like clothes and horses are like saddles. Look at your appearance and see through it. Thinking during the day, crying at night. I dream of going to the capital. When the 2 feet are off the ground, the virus shuts down and nothing can get up. Howl, ow, the spring breeze of reform blows everywhere, the Chinese people are truly proud. Throughout the world, the scenery here is unique. Cheng Yi put down her pen and was rubbing her wrist when she heard the dormitory door open. He leaned down from the bed and saw his 3 dear roommates returning. The tall and burly one is Yin Chao. The short and sturdy one is Huang Shu. Zhou Hengfen, thin and tall, seemed to have been sucked dry. In his past life, Cheng Yi had the best relationship with him and often gathered after graduation. 3 people just finished surfing the internet and came back from buying late-night snacks. Cheng Yi asked, often, what did you buy? Do you want to try fried noodles? Come on, I'm just hungry. Cheng Yi was not polite at all, just took it over and lay on the bed, showing off. I bought it at the night snack stand in the North Gate, it's really a nostalgic taste, praised Cheng Yi. Brother Feng, pour me some more water and I'm choking. Ah. Oh. Zhou Hengfen obediently poured a glass of water for Cheng Yi and handed it to him. Gudong. Cheng Yi finished the water and was satisfied with a book. Then he handed Zhou Hengfeng the half-fried noodles that were showing off. Zhou Hengfeng took it in a daze, looked at the remaining stir-fried noodles, and then at the oil stains on Cheng Yi's mouth. He hesitated to speak. Cheng Yi got out of bed and patted Zhou Hengfeng's shoulder, saying, "Ah Feng, I know what you're thinking, but we're college roommates who will be together for 4 years. Sooner or later, we'll become the best buddies. You call me dad, I call you son, I'll grab your water card, and I'll eat your food. So, let's skip the initial stage of familiarizing ourselves with exploration and take one step to get it right, directly increasing our strategy." Zhou Hengfeng always felt that something was wrong with this statement. "By the way, have you filled your water card? Can I borrow it?" Cheng Yi asked again. "I'll go take a shower." I borrowed a water card from Zhou Hengfeng again, and Cheng Yi took off only a pair of underwear, humming a Yimeng tune, and went to the bathroom to take a shower. Upon hearing the sound of water in the bathroom, Huang Shu couldn't help but ask. "Ah Feng, isn't it a bit like you said, Cheng Yi?" Zhou Hengfeng ate the leftover fried noodles and said, "Maybe northerners are like this. You get used to it slowly, and I think he's doing this, it's quite fun." As soon as he finished speaking, he heard Cheng Yi in the bathroom pulling her throat and shouting. "I almost forgot, Ah Feng. I have a Texas braised chicken in my cabinet. You 3 should share it, as well as a 1,000-layer cake and fruit, all of which are specialties. Try them all, don't be polite." End of this chapter. Chapter 3. First video. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. First video. The next morning, after a brief wash, Cheng Yi stood in front of the mirror and carefully examined her current appearance. With a net height of 175 and a height increase in clothing, combined with the height of hair, it can barely reach 180. He is neither fat nor thin in stature, but without abdominal muscles, he is just an ordinary male college student. However, the only 2 advantages are that his face is angular and has a bony appearance, with a clear jawline, a long neck, and a high visual height. Another advantage is that the eyes are bright and vivid. When he purses his mouth, opens his eyes wide, and sincerely looks at the other person, he can show a clear and innocent expression of unfamiliarity with the world. When he laughed, his eyes revealed a melting warmth. Can you consider him a 7-point boy? Cheng Yi gave herself an objective evaluation with a thumbs up. Be sure to maintain your current figure. In his previous life, a few years after graduating, he seemed to have undergone a genetic mutation, gaining weight crazily, with a larger belly and chest. He sometimes touches his chest, crying and laughing at the same time. Exercise. Let's first train our abdominal muscles. After finishing tidying up, Cheng Yi went to the playground to exercise, ran a kilometer, and did a 10-minute abdominal roll. The young body is really amazing. Complete a complete set of exercises without getting tired at all. After exercising, Cheng Yi went to the 8th District cafeteria for breakfast. When she came out of the cafeteria, it was already 6:30 o'clock. Today, there was only morning self-studying classes in the first and second classes in the morning. After class, Cheng Yi rushed to the internet cafe. He plans to cut out the ghost of the spring breeze of reform blowing all over the ground today. The reason why this ghostly beast Cheng Yi can remember all his lyrics and music is because he has written 5 versions of The King of Poetry in his previous life. The cannon fired and bombarded his motherly Yunlong's version, the reform of the spring breeze blowing Goose City to let the bullet fly version, the bald blue cat version emerged in the crowd, and the reform of the spring breeze blowing Lily of the Rings in the passionate college version. Although the playback volume is not very high, I didn't expect it to come in handy after being reborn. Otherwise, even if he remembers the lyrics, he wouldn't be able to remember the arrangement. After arriving at the internet cafe, Cheng Yi opened a top-of-the-line computer and started her old business. Because at this time, there had not yet been the Mad Monkey PME's Flower Girl Wants to Suck Wangzai Milk, so Cheng Yi had to arrange the music herself. Make BGM out. Fortunately, the ghost animal had already been engraved into DNA, and in just one day, Cheng Yi was able to extract the liver of the ghost animal. Who? Cheng Yi took a bite of the cooled instant noodles. Although she was a bit exhausted, she was very satisfied mentally. The following is about considering uploading. Cheng Yi wants to register a new broken website account. Although he is currently using one, due to years of confrontation with others, sometimes he may express a lot of negative emotions in order to refute them. If he is caught as a Black History in the future, it will not be worth the loss. Nickname: just use your real name and don't lose your real name. That's really nice, no one is using this name yet. Inbound quiz: pediatricians, my second son is stinging salamanders. No, there won't be anyone who needs to use Baidu to answer questions, right? In 10 minutes, M. Which of the following animation soundtracks is not Yuki Kajura? Animation score by Yuki Kajura, answer the question. Cheng Yi silently typed a few keywords in the search box and then pressed the enter key. Sogu pop.up related webpage, click in. It took more than 10 minutes for Cheng Yi to answer all the questions. Looking at the impressive score of 86 points. Cheng Yi gave herself a thumbs up and said, if you don't use Baidu, then don't use Baidu. I am indeed the second prickly ape. Next, Cheng Yi uploaded The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Everywhere to Xiaopa Station. He uploaded the BGM and audio of the video separately to the cloud storage, and provided the download link and password in the video introduction on X site. Show your face, Teacher Ben Shan. May your great Peng ride the wind one day and slaughter 90,000 miles on the X list. After uploading, Cheng Yi got off the phone and stopped following. Tonight we will have evening self-study, and as the class monitor, he will go to cooperate with the learning department to count the number of people. 12:30 a.m. A male dormitory at a university in East China. This is a standard 8-person dormitory, with all 4 of them already asleep and snoring one after another. And under the bed near the toilet, there was still a faint light on the phone screen, illuminating the energetic face of a boy. The user of this P.O station is called Lu Jia. Lu Jia is not asleep yet, and he is lying on his side of the bed, constantly tapping his fingers on the screen. He. He wears headphones and occasionally emits a ringing laughter. He looked at the time and it was 12:30. No, I have to wake up early tomorrow for self-study. Let's brush for another half hour and get some sleep. He clicked on the daily ranking list and found that the person holding the top spot was Fu Yuanhui is on the neon fire. It only takes 2 minutes to finish reading. Lu Jia watched the video with peace of mind. It must be said that Fu Yuanhui's expression was too demonic, and a powerful sentence pushed humor to its peak. Lu Jia laughed until he roared, clicked on the dialog box, and commented a few words. While scrolling through other people's comments, I later stepped back to see if there are any comments or likes for myself. So, time slowly arrived at 1 o'clock. 1.01, put down your phone, don't look anymore. Lu Jia turned off the screen, placed her phone by the bedside, lay flat, and waited for drowsiness to strike, and then I can't sleep. Let's watch for a while longer, I'm not tired anyway. If I don't wash my hair in the morning and wake up at 6.30, I can still sleep for 5 hours at 1.30. After some contingency, Lu Jia picked up his phone again. At this moment, he saw QQ group messages flashing non-stop. He opened it up to see if it was the news of guarding the best little broken website or the senior leader in the group, White Cut Black Silver Sang, who had spoken. White Cut Black Silver Mulberry. I rely on. Go search for Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground on X Station, this damn beast is amazing. Top arrangement, top lyrics. Hentai Roadless Race. I just got it, all I can say is, explode. High school sophomore is not middle school sophomore. I haven't even slept yet, I just finished playing games. White cut black silver mulberry. Hurry up and take a look. I guarantee you'll be thrilled. Lu Jia is a diving enthusiast who doesn't usually talk in groups, and he doesn't usually read any ghostly works. He can't understand those philosophical things like or he can't use foul language to easily get angry. What's the point of those things? He has always held it in deep contempt. He thinks it's okay just because he saw, "Are you okay?" before. But as more and more people spoke in the group, and most of them were cheered by the white and black silver sang only people, Lu Jia also became a bit curious. "Okay, I'll take a look at what kind of monsters you are today." Lu Jia found this ghostly video on X site and found that it had already exceeded 10,000 views. The submitter was a uploader named Cheng Yi, with only a few hundred followers. With a critical mindset and colored glasses, Lu Jia opened this video. The opening is very straightforward, with a simple and delicate beginning. The words Cheng Yi first appear in the center of the screen, then slowly shrink and move to the bottom right corner of the video. Then the ghost beast began, a rather magical onomatopoeic phrase taken from teacher Fan Wei and Zhao Benshan. Lu Jia was delighted to see these two people. After all, they were his childhood memories and also the king of skits in his heart. People are like clothes and horses are like saddles. When you look at them, you see through them. I think during the day, cry at night, and dream of going to the capital. When the 2 feet are off the ground, the virus shuts down and nothing goes up. As she watched, Lu Jia gave a review. "Oh, it's great. The pronunciation is clear, the rhythm is lively, and the lyrics and music are all taken from the sketch material itself. It seems different from what I thought, but it seems just average." And then, howl. Uncle Benshan waved his hand. Teacher Fan Wei choked his neck and said, "Ah. The spring breeze of reform blows all over the ground. The Chinese people are truly prosperous. Truly prosperous. The people are truly prosperous. This world is too crazy, even mice serve as bridesmaids for cats. Qi Delong, Qi Dongqiang, Qi Delong's throat is thumping. Ah, this, Lu Jia's mouth can no longer close. The brain is trembling, as if something is going to be mixed into DNA. This is too demonic. Capture and watch the cards, shuffle the cards. Failed. Do you know why you failed? I really feel sad for you. Abroad is quite chaotic, with constant scheming and fighting. Looking at the world's ups and downs, the scenery here is unique. After reading it over and over again, Lu Jia couldn't calm down for a long time. He rarely watches, or rather doesn't watch, ghostly videos, but now he feels that only such works can be considered ghostly. He opened the comments section and saw that it was already filled with positive reviews. In the past, the Spring Festival Gala drove internet slang, but now the Spring Festival Gala abuses internet slang. Maggot voice Nyang_spitting blood, I would like to call you the treasure of the town station. This is much stronger than someone's ghost beast. This is the real ghost beast. Calm down, guys. This ghostly beast is really amazing, but don't step on it and criticize the Upmaster. Did I only notice that this uploader is a newcomer? Moreover, this ghostly BGM was made by the uploader himself and he knelt down. The newcomer is really terrifying. As someone who has been making ghostly videos for a year, compared to this, I am simply a scumbag. There are discussions in the comments section about everything, including the Spring Festival Gala, Uncle Benshan, and those that lead to battles. However, without exception, all are positive reviews. It can be said that this ghostly beast, with top-notch arrangement and lyrics, can be regarded as the culmination of ghostly beasts since the establishment of X Station. Lu Jia's heart was surging, and he felt that he needed to do something for this video. So he not only clicked 3 times, but also followed the up host. Then he also ran into the group and crazily settled in. Brother Meng, the spring breeze of reform is blowing everywhere, it's really amazing. Has Hong Mao updated? Just finished updating the novel, did everyone talk about Doha? Lu Jia. Brother Hong Mao, hurry up and watch, the spring breeze of reform blows over the ground. At this point, Lu Jia finally understood the mentality of Amway people and hoped that his favorite works would be seen and liked by more people. Why does he have this mentality? He doesn't know, just like hoping his preferences are recognized by others. Obtain recognition. He doesn't dwell on this, he refreshes the data over and over again. I saw the playback volume increase from 30,000 to 40,000, and then to 50,000. Finally, fatigue struck, and Lu Jia remembered that she had to study early tomorrow. As soon as he looked at the time, he suddenly let out a mournful cry. Damn it, it's already 3:30. It's important to save your life, go to sleep quickly, you can still sleep for 3 hours. He placed his phone on the bedside, hoping to wake up the next morning and see how many views of The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows on the Ground was. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Overnight Explosion. Non-existent. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Overnight Explosion. Non-existent Wednesday morning. After waking up, Cheng Yi went to the playground as usual for 3 laps and did another 10 minutes of abdominal curling. Looking at the young and beautiful girls on the playground, their waists, curves, and the eager to jump up and down with running. Double ponytails. Although there was no satisfying encounter, it was enough to give Cheng Yi full motivation. Raising soldiers for 1,000 days and using them for a while, he must always rest assured. He is planning to solidify this set into a constant daily exercise routine. He firmly believes that the more self-discipline a person has, the more freedom they have. You can't just be empty when you're old. After exercising, Cheng Yi went to have breakfast. Cheng Yi is from Shandong. He doesn't like to eat such sweet things as xiaomai and sweet mantou in the morning. He likes the whole bowl of noodles, which are salty and hot, and he can eat and drink. He headed straight to the second floor of the 8th District cafeteria, where there was a window for halal beef noodles. Cheng Yi ordered a bowl of black fungus and shredded pork noodles, and reminded the boss to add more chili peppers. Soon, a steaming bowl of noodles was ready, with a layer of red chili peppers and chopped scallions floating on top. The chili oil in this window is different from the common millet or chopped pepper in the south, and more similar to the chili oil in Lamian noodles. Smelling it makes one's appetite explode. Cheng Yi extended her chopsticks to the bottom of the bowl, filled them tightly, and then stuffed them into her mouth. The strong noodles, accompanied by crispy wood ear, chewed in the mouth, and then took a sip of soup. Oh, it's simply a unique taste in the world. Cheng Yi sighed with satisfaction and said, that's the taste. I don't know why. In the past 2 years after graduation, Cheng Yi has eaten all over the country, but whether it is braised chicken, luosafen, or Jinshi beef noodles, or Shaxian snacks, Cheng Yi always feels that the products sold around the school are the most authentic. After finishing a bowl of noodles and drying up half of the soup, Cheng Yi was about to rush to morning self-study. The 8th District dormitory where Cheng Yi is located is on the north side of the school, while the classroom for classes is on the south side of the school, about a little over a kilometer away. It takes over 20 minutes to walk. At this time, the available modes of transportation are walking, the choice for those who excel in studying early, self-driving, divided into 2 types. Bicycles and electric bikes, motorcycle, the choice for latecomers, and school bus, the choice for most people. The on-campus bus of Xiangnan University of Science and Technology costs 1 yuan and has a similar appearance to a tourist bus in a scenic area. Because it is green, it is affectionately called Little Green. Later, there were Xiaohuang, Ofo, and Xiaobai, Campus Bus 2.0. Cheng Yi seriously suspects that the reason why the school keeps their dormitories so far from the place of classes is to make money from on-campus buses. He has calculated in his past life that if he chooses campus buses for transportation during his 4 years in college, each student would have to contribute around 2,000 yuan in transportation costs. Another drawback of on-campus buses is their poor carrying capacity, as they cannot be transported during peak periods of classes and breaks. They are almost catching up with the crowded subway in the capital city. Hey class monitor, wake up so early. 8 boys from economics class appeared in groups. There are 9 boys in class 1 of economics. Apart from Cheng Yi, they live in 2 separate dormitories. Cheng Yi's 4 are in room 115, and the other 4 are in room 116. There is another person, who is very sad and anxious, and has been assigned to sleep together. As soon as Cheng Yi saw their sleepy eyes, she knew they hadn't had breakfast yet. Let's finish morning self-study before eating. I'm so tired. Hu Tian complained. 9 boys were talking nonsense while waiting for the school bus on the roadside. Here we go. Cheng Yi saw Little Green driving over from a distance. When Little Green was still within reach, the crowd became restless. Little Green doesn't have a fixed parking and boarding point because the empty space in front of the cafeteria is large, like a square. When some drivers turn around, they take a half turn and then open the car door to let the students board. Some drivers have to drop their heads before allowing students to board the car. Some drivers intentionally play with students and insist on driving a little further forward before opening the car door. Highlight an unexpected one. This time, Zilde circled in a complete circle and happened to stop in front of Cheng Yi. Before the driver could open the car door, Cheng Yi reached into the glass window, neatly opened the door lock, and got on the car with ease. A whole stream of clouds and flowing water. The driver was stunned and awkwardly withdrew the hand that opened the car door, as if nothing had happened. Hu Tiandao said, Cheng Yi, you have made great contributions. Cheng Yi smiled slightly and said, it's just a small prediction. The morning self-study and the first class in the morning are both in classroom 203 of Yijiao. They 9 people took over the last 2 rows. After sitting down, Cheng Yizai opened X Station to check the submission status. Total video views. 112,546 number of fans. 947 Rao Shi. Cheng Yi was mentally prepared and felt that the speed was a bit slow. In the past life, although the spring breeze of reform swept across the ground and reached an exaggerated number of over 1 billion views, it actually went through several stages. At the beginning, The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Everywhere was uploaded to X Station in February 2018, and it ranked first on the daily chart that day. However, after the playback volume stabilized, it only maintained around 1.5 million views. Later on, it gradually became dull until the end of 2018, when someone else pirated and posted it on Douyin, it became popular again. Then various versions of the Reform Spring Breeze were created everywhere, adding fuel to the popularity of this video. Until this fire caused the video to reach over 90 million views. Then, as time passed and netizens conducted archaeological research, it finally surpassed 1 billion. Cheng Yi speculates that the playback volume of Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground should stabilize at around 1 million, with a fan base of around 10,000. After all, when Xiaoke was released, she was already a well-known boss of the Ghost Animal Zone. He is just a white account without fans. Don't worry. Cheng Yi comforted herself, wait for a few days until the playback volume stabilizes, and then upload to Youku, Fubo, TikTok, Chopsticks. The morning classes are fully booked, with the first and second classes on advanced mathematics and the third and fourth classes on management. There are not many people sitting in the back row listening to the class, mostly watching dramas, playing games, reading novels. The high math teacher spoke the authentic Baoqing dialect on the podium, spitting profusely and using exaggerated body language. Xiangnan Province is a province with a very diverse variety of dialects. As the saying goes, Xiangnan Province has different sounds and languages within 10 miles. Even Hu Tian, a native of Baoqing, cannot fully understand the Baoqing dialect spoken by the high mathematics teacher, let alone students from all over the world. So, sometimes it's really not right to blame students for not listening. Nowadays, primary school teachers in remote mountainous areas have overcome dialects and taught in Mandarin. However, in higher education institutions like universities, teachers actually use dialects to teach, which is both strange and peculiar. In the morning, Cheng Yi didn't waste any time either. Fortunately, she found an advanced mathematics course at the Xiaopa station and flipped through her textbook to self-study with online courses. After class, when compared, the progress was actually faster than what the math teacher taught. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Class Meeting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5 Class Meeting at noon. Cheng Yi took the boys in her class to the Fallen Street for lunch. Just started school, the 9 boys in the class are still very united, and the group activities are all fully staffed. The 9 people rushed straight towards the Fallen Street, and the scene was quite spectacular. Fallen Street is located near the first and third religions, just take 2 steps to get there. On both sides are various shops. Barbershops, restaurants, barbecues, supermarkets, milk tea shops, internet cafes, coffee shops. BJ roast duck, what do you want to eat? Cheng Yi asked. Why don't we go have a covered meal? Zhou Hengfeng asked. After he finished speaking, seeing that no one else responded to him, he added, anything else is fine, I'll just casually say it. Hu Tian said, let's go out for dinner together. There's no such thing as covered rice. I think BJ roast duck is good. Yin Chao continued to raise objections. With so many of us, we need a few ducks. And it may not be possible to sit down, so we'll probably have to split the tables. With more people, there are also more opinions. Moreover, they all come from all over the world and have different personalities. Cheng Yi could tell that a few people were already stirring up emotions. For example, when Hu Tian suggested eating spicy dry pot, a few people who didn't want to eat didn't raise any objections, they just didn't speak and silently resisted. What a group of silly people. Finally, Cheng Yi decided to go eat at the Northeast restaurant, which brought an end to the war of deciding what to eat. This is not because Cheng Yi has a high reputation. One is that Northeast restaurants are the most compromise option. When you don't know what to eat, go eat Northeast cuisine. Secondly, Cheng Yi is familiar with the mentality of college students. When she walked to the entrance of the restaurant, there were still a few people who remained silent. If it were someone else, they might discuss it again, but Cheng Yi ignored it and ignored it. He rushed in first, and the others had no choice but to follow suit. However, when everyone sat down, everything that had just happened faded away and they began to discuss what dishes to order. Emotions come and go quickly. Cheng Yi sighed at the complexity and simplicity of the college student community. At last, 9 boys ordered 6 dishes, 1 soup. Pork stewed noodles, mashed potatoes, white meat with mashed garlic, fried mushrooms, pot-stuffed pork, 3 local delicacies, pickled vegetables, tomato and egg soup. Northeast China has a large amount of dishes, so 6 dishes and 1 soup are more than enough. However, I didn't drink alcohol at noon, and college students didn't pay much attention to these things. Just a few drinks were enough, so I bought a bottle of Big Cola and Sprite. The combat effectiveness of male college students is quite terrifying, basically finishing 1 dish at a time. After finishing, let's talk for a while about topics including but not limited to college entrance exam scores, girls in the class, how to spend money on scholarships, what goals do you have in college, and wanting to date. After pulling for a while, the dishes were served again, so I continued to eat them. After finishing the dishes, continue to pull the calf. A meal is light and enjoyable. After finishing her meal, Cheng Yi went to the store to buy 2 packs of betel nuts and 2 packs of hibiscus king, and then rushed to room 403 of the first class. After entering the door, Cheng Yi saw a large line of characters written on the blackboard. The mobilization meeting for the opening of the entire class of the 2016 business school. The business school has a total of 8 majors. Through the financial resources of the National Assembly, Guangdong City property. Each major has an average of 3 classes, with a total of 2 class committee members for each class. Due to the policy of high student autonomy adopted by Xiangnan University of Science and Technology, class leaders and youth league leaders hold great power. Therefore, the more than 40 people here have vaguely formed the power center of business school students. Deciding on the size of student work, including but not limited to taking leave, organizing student activities, awards, various competitions, scholarships in his past life, Cheng Yi did not have the opportunity to enter this circle, but he later joined the study department and worked for 2 years, having met these class groups. In the classroom, the class group was chatting in groups of 3 or 2, and the seating was basically divided according to majors, with clear distinctions. Cheng Yi glanced and quickly saw the position of the economics major. However, Cheng Yi did not go immediately. He has other considerations. Everyone here is an important network resource, and you will inevitably come into contact with them during the next 4 years of college. In critical times, someone may be able to help you. Take this opportunity to build a good relationship. Moreover, as school has just started and the relationships between various class groups have not yet been established, everyone wants to expand their network, but they don't know what to do for a while. Cheng Yi did not have this scruples. On the one hand, he had many years of experience in the workplace and could barely be considered versatile. On the other hand, he firmly believes in a truth. Action is the premise of everything, and no matter how well he imagines, it is better to take a step. With a general familiarity with each person, Cheng Yi started with cigarettes and betel nuts, and took the initiative to find people to talk to. At first, the other class groups couldn't react and looked at Cheng Yi in a daze. However, Cheng Yi was very familiar and could speak, quickly getting close to them. After a round trip, he talked to most of the class groups for a few words. Especially a few outgoing individuals who can chat well and even add each other on WeChat. Cough cough. Cheng Yi heard a deep cough at the door and turned her head to see that Secretary Zhao Lei had been standing at the door for an unknown amount of time. Zhao Lei is a middle-aged man in his 40s, dressed neatly, with a meticulous hairstyle, and a more official-like appearance than a scholar. Seeing him, the boys who were smoking with Cheng Yi were frightened and quickly stamped out the cigarette. They don't know who is standing at the door, but it must be the school leader. Cheng Yi remained calm and did not stamp out the smoke. After entering university, the standards of a good student in the eyes of the teacher had changed. Before college. Good grades, no smoking, drinking, surfing the internet, no dating, no fighting. After college. If you don't fail, you will come to help alleviate the burden on teachers and increase the honor of the college. Smoking is no longer a concern in universities. Hello Secretary Zhao. Do you know me? Cheng Yi smiled and said, I saw your photo on the school's official website. Zhao Lei gave Cheng Yi a deep glance, nodded, and said, after smoking this cigarette, open the window and let it breathe. In fact, Zhao Lei has been observing at the door for a while and has a good impression of Cheng Yi. Okay. Cheng Yi finished smoking a few cigarettes and opened the window in the classroom before finding a seat to sit. Next to him sat a big northeast girl, with a wine-red cape, big waves, black eyeshadow, and red lips. A leopard print short-sleeved shirt on the upper body and a molded cropped pants on the bottom. This girl is exactly Cheng Yi's partner, Chu Yang, the head of the Economic Class 1 Youth League. Her red lips came up to her, emitting a pleasant smell of perfume, and said, Monitor, I find you special. What's special about it? Extremely mature and charming, it's definitely not without girls chasing you. Why? Chu Yang firmly said, women's intuition. Cheng Yi rolled her eyes and said, I know, it definitely doesn't include you. You like the giant Stone Johnson type. How do you know? Chu Yang was somewhat surprised. A man's intuition. Cheng Yi nodded at her head and said softly, and I have someone I like. Our class. It's not from this school. Cheng Yi whispered to Chu Yang and was also paying attention to the situation in the classroom. With the arrival of several counselors, the meeting officially began. The theme of this meeting is actually a face-to-face meeting, where we get to know each other and have a fixed process. Firstly, the secretary and counselor introduce themselves, then the students introduce themselves, followed by the secretary's speech, and then the counselor's speech. At the end of the meeting, 3 useful things were only talked about. Firstly, military training will be held next week, and preparations should be made in advance. Those who are sick should take leave, while those who are not sick should have their hair cut. Secondly, after the military training, a school opening ceremony will be held, and we hope that all classes will sign up actively and start preparing for the program from now on. Thirdly, it is initially scheduled to select 2 positions, grade head and deputy grade head, on the 26th of this month. Each class group should recommend talented individuals from their class to run for the position, and it is not recommended or prohibited for class groups to participate. Cheng Yi listened silently, pondering in her heart whether she could extract something useful for herself from this meeting. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Explosive Fire. If one night is not enough, then 2 nights. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Explosive Fire. If one night is not enough, then 2 nights. Cheng Yi simplified the 3 items of the meeting and sent them to the class group, and then didn't ask any further questions. At present, he mainly grasps the overall direction of the class affairs, and the specific matters are entrusted to Chu Yang to handle. Chu Yang can't handle it, Cheng Yi will come forward to handle it. In the next few days, it will be very daily classes. Apart from studying and attending the Youth League Committee, Cheng Yi will focus more on The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Across the Ground. The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Everywhere was uploaded on September 13th, and by September 15th, it had already ranked 3rd on the overall ranking of Xiaobo Station, with 600,000 views. Cheng Yi also gained 5,437 fans. If it were for a new startup owner, this data would definitely explode, but for Cheng Yi, it's still far from enough. At this time, the Guarding the Best Little Broken Sites group is also discussing the overall ranking of small broken sites. White Cut Black Silver Mulberry. The upload time was too unlucky, coinciding with updates such as Paper Sauce and Blind Reading. Has Hongmao updated? Yes, the number of followers on Paper Sauce is the highest on the entire site, with over 1.5 million followers. Each fan can watch it once, and the number of views exceeds 1 million. How can we beat this? High school sophomore is not middle school sophomore. Blindly looking at any product must be a masterpiece. Although their fan base is low, they have good social connections with passers-by and strong fan stickiness. They rank 1st and 2nd. To be honest, it is difficult for Spring Breeze of Reform to pull both of them down. Lu Jia was feeling very depressed at this moment. Since watching The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground, she has been circulating countless times in the past few days, and the magical melody has been engraved in her DNA. Sometimes when he takes a shower, he can't help but hum a few lines, and soon, this magical melody spreads throughout the entire dormitory. 5 out of 8 people in their dormitory have been infected by him. This makes Lu Jia feel very happy, and it is a proud thing that her own interests are recognized. So, he also became a loyal fan of Cheng Yi and paid close attention to the results of The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Across the Ground. However, there were two big gods pressing down on the overall ranking of Xiaopa Station. One was, please keep your high standards and strict requirements, in a paper sauce, with 1.05 million views, and the other was, proud, the king tells your dad's dad what his name is, with 1.4 million views. He has seen both of these works and they are of very high quality, which he likes very much. However, he felt that Cheng Yi's Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground was enough to compete with them. In terms of pure video quality, they are not of the same type and cannot be compared in one dimension, but they are all excellent works. However, Lu Jia firmly believes that The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground is the best ghostly work of all time, with perfect arrangement, perfect lyrics, and the combination of classic lines from Uncle Ben Shan, which can be said to be an irreplaceable miracle. Lu Jia believes that the status of Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground goes far beyond the 600,000 views. He even had an outrageous idea. This video, several years later, may not be able to stop even with 10 million views. But unfortunately, due to Cheng Yi being a newcomer and not having her own traffic, it's really difficult for her to make it to the top of the list. These days, Lu Jia has transformed into tap water and has been playing The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground in various groups everywhere. As a result, I was left speechless when asked by many people. Is Spring Breeze of Reform Blowing Over the Ground a song? What is Xiaopa Station? Is it serious? I heard that Xiaopa Station is a same-sex dating platform. Wait, Lu Jia, I seem to understand something. Sorry, I only play with chopsticks and not with niche software. Lu Jiafu felt helpless. Yes, it's a small station that doesn't deserve it. The 2016 Xiaopa Station was really a niche platform, with only about 1 out of 10 classmates using it. Suddenly, Lu Jia's eyes lit up. Xiaopa Station is a niche platform that can post Spring Breeze of Reform to other platforms. However, Lu Jia did not act on his own and attempted to contact Cheng Yi in the comments section. Hello Up, I am your fan and your video is great. Thank you very much for making such a video because I really like the sketches by Uncle Ben Shan and Teacher Fan Wei. Your mischievous behavior reminds me of watching the Spring Festival Gala with my family when I was a child. I deeply believe that your work should be seen by more people, not just limited to X site. You can post it on larger platforms such as Chopsticks and Weibo. I really don't want this kind of work to be overshadowed by dust. Lu Jia has always hoped that Cheng Yi can contact him, but Cheng Yi has not replied. When he sleeps at night, he tosses and turns, unable to sleep, and opens the small broken station multiple times. As a result, his information seemed to sink into the sea. In the morning, Lu Jia woke up to look at the leaderboard and was so scared that her pants fell off. It turned out that, The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows the Floor was stabbed in the butt, and the third place position was taken down, replaced by, LOL Soul Rap, Shaking Legs, by Debiu. Damn it, when did I catch up? Lu Jia looked at the update time of Debiu, which was on the afternoon of the 14th. In just one day, she climbed to the third place, which was too scary. The reason is that the quality of this video is very high. Combined with the popularity of LOL, it is definitely a paradigm of 1 + 1 2. In the front, there was Papa Sauce, what were you looking at? In the back, there was Dobiu. The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground is really powerless to turn the tide. Hey, the Up host hasn't replied to me yet. It's probably because there were too many private messages, he didn't see them. Perhaps even if I saw it, I didn't care. The first place on this list is definitely gone. But what does this have to do with me? I'm really confused. Lu Jia closed the small station and went to class. In the afternoon, Lu Jia was doing homework in the classroom, waiting for the first class in the afternoon. Suddenly heard the boy ahead humming a song. Capturing and shuffling cards, failed. Do you know why you failed? I really feel sad for you. No injections, no medication. A hint of surprise flashed in Lu Jia's eyes and he said, hey, do you also like listening to ghost animals? What kind of beast? Ah. What is it? I mean, do you also like listening to ghost animal? The spring breeze of reform blows across the ground is just a ghost animal. What? I watched it as a chopstick player. Now this song has become popular among chopstick players. Damn it, no one will pirate and upload to Kwai. Lu Jia was very angry. He asked the boy to help him find the video uploader in Kwai. The person who uploaded it was undoubtedly Cheng Yi herself. Let's take a look at the upload time again, 1 p.m. on the 14th. Even earlier than sending a private message to Cheng Yi. Originally, Cheng Yi himself had long been aware of this issue. Lu Jia felt both depressed and happy. However, to Lu Jia's surprise, in the evening, he saw that Cheng Yi had actually replied to his private message. Thank you to the audience for their support, and I also appreciate your advice. I plan to create a fan group, and this is my QQ number 250666X++. You can add me. Lu Jia feels like she's been hit by happiness. Not only did I receive a private message from my favorite uploader, but I also received Cheng Yi's QQ. Excited heart, trembling hands. After searching for Cheng Yi's QQ number in the input box, he eagerly sent a friend request. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. The Internet is popular. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. The Internet is popular. On the afternoon of the 14th, Cheng Yi registered accounts for various platforms. Violating bow, chopstick hands, cool. All IDs are Cheng Yi. And they uploaded The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Across the Ground on these platforms. Of course, there is no Douyin. Douyin was launched on September 20, 2016, which is next Tuesday. The reason why he uploads to other platforms the other day is to ensure the initial position of the small broken website. Because his future focus on short videos will be on small websites, where users have stronger stickiness but also a strong sense of exclusivity. Publishing your work on Xiaopa Station first is to make Xiaopa Station users more recognize your identity as a creator, rather than being an external internet celebrity. This is beneficial for his future development. His future videos will also be broadcasted across the internet, but the first one will definitely be a minor break. Chopsticks and illegal traffic are very high. The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground quickly became popular on 2 platforms with its magical melody. It seems that I haven't watched it since Uncle Ben Shan didn't attend the Spring Festival Gala. This year's Spring Festival Gala uses this song to designate fire. At Koan, come and listen. I'm possessed. It's too brainwashing. How The original guide, this is the video first released by Xiaopa Station. 666, help, I'm in the library now, my mind is full of reform and the spring breeze is blowing everywhere, I can't even read books. Due to the overly addictive melody, there has even been a hot search on Weibo for Uncle Ben Shan has released a new song. Of course, the hot search is only in the top 10. On Jihu, there was also a question of how to evaluate the mischievous song, The King of Poetry, sung by Uncle Ben Shan, with the spring breeze of reform blowing all over the ground. Below, there are also many high-quality reviews. The BGM with a sense of humor, Uncle Benchan's quirky tone, and the ghostly screenwriter of teacher He Chinkue have created this poem, The King of Poetry. I always exclaim after listening to this line. It's so awesome. I can do it 100 million times again. People are clothes, horses are saddles. When you look at them, you see through them. I think during the day, cry at night, and dream of going to the capital 2 feet off the ground. The virus shuts down, I can't get on anything anymore, howl. Some people are analyzing why this ghostly beast is so popular. I have always believed that a good ghostly work maintains the original sound quality of the material and matches it with the melody and rhythm of the music. From this perspective, this is a good work. Teacher Zhao's original voice basically has no significant sound changes except for the cut, and it fits perfectly with the music. Works that are considered divine like Are You Okay? On the other hand, in many ghostly works, the original sound is pulled so hard that even the mother cannot recognize it, relying solely on subtitles and visuals. Without subtitles, one cannot even hear what is being sung, which is basically a failure. The popularity of The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Across the Ground on external websites has also driven the popularity of small and dilapidated websites. This is in line with the contradictory mentality of users on Xiaopa Station, who look down on other platforms and feel that their chopsticks are vulgar and unbearable. Violating the rules is like a pit of dirt, but they are also eager to be recognized in their hearts. So, when the works of Xiaopa Station are popular on external websites and cause huge discussions, they also share their pride with your own. I feel in my heart. Look, our videos from small broken websites can easily be used to criticize low-tech videos from other websites. Let's see if land change has become popular. There are many high-quality works with such content on small broken websites. So, more users of small and broken websites spontaneously contributed traffic, and the videos were scrolled over and over again. On the 16th, suddenly like a rocket, the playback volume skyrocketed, quickly reaching 900,000 views, followed by 1 million. In the next few days, the playback of Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground is increasing at a terrifying speed. 1.5 million. 2 million. 3 million. It has attracted countless attention from ups, and at the same time, many secondary creative works have also emerged. A uploader with a fan base hovering in the hundreds all year round, with several videos even having single-digit views, stripped off the song of Spring Breeze of Reform and paired it with a cat and dog video that matches the artistic conception. With a simple editing, he even gained 600,000 views, and his fan base increased by more than 10 times. Seeing the first imitator taste the sweetness, more ghosts and animals have taken action. The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground, Old Friends Edition, having children at home, Wulin Weiswan Bangzi Country Girls team version. For a moment, the little broken station was filled with the demonic voices of Uncle Ben Shan and Teacher Fan Wei. 3 of the top 10 videos on the Ghost Animal District ranking are related to land change. Small and dilapidated website users have reported running out of coins. For a while, it can be said that the cost of breaking the website is expensive. On September 19th. Imperial Capital. Sister Pape, recently our little broken website has been listed as a new ghost beast on the list. Are we still posting our videos? We have a core fan group and the video content doesn't conflict, just post it. Received. Bay Province. Gu Laimo looked at the upload interface with a puzzled expression. Whether to send or not. Gu Laimo is the host of the film and television section, and spends a few minutes talking about the entire movie. The characteristics are fast pace, accurate summary, roast in place, and full success. With over 700,000 followers on Xiaopa Station, this fan base ranks in the top 10 of the current Xiaopa Station rankings. In addition to his unique style, what is even more commendable is that he produces high yields like a sow, with a new video every few days. The data of each video is closely related to the popularity of the movie itself, and there are not many good movies that have both popularity and plot. So he has high hopes for this episode of his trip to Busan, but land change is really too popular, and he is afraid that the playback data will be affected. Forget it, I'm in the film and television section. Who am I afraid of? The most important thing is to maintain your update speed. Somewhere. If the living area and film and television area are not in line with land change, then Tom, as a ghost and livestock area, has to avoid the limelight. After some thought, Tom gave a bitter smile and decided to post his new work later. His new work has only one English word for its title, what? 11 days after Cheng Yi uploaded Land Change, the number of views reached 5 million, and Cheng Yi's fan base also reached 46,000. Next, it is estimated that there will be a surge in the number of views of Land Change for over a month, approximately increasing by tens of thousands of views per day, with a fan base of 1%, ranging from tens to hundreds of followers per day. Cheng Yi temporarily put aside her focus on Land Change. After adding Lu Jia's QQ that day, Cheng Yi built a fan group and Lu Jia brought in a few people from the best-guarded little broken websites, barely gathering 10 people. The group name is Cheng Yi Fan 1 Group. Through peeping through the screen, he found that the chat content of these group members had a dangerous tendency. So we had to establish several group rules. 1. Do not drive in any form, including but not limited to videos, pictures, audio, emojis, jokes, advertisements, websites. 2. It is not allowed to discuss any sensitive topics related to the party and politics. 3. Do not swipe the screen. 4. It is not allowed to physically attack or insult others within the group. When there is a heated argument, please resolve it privately. P.S. First warning, second direct kick out of group chat. Cheng Yi appointed Lu Jia as the administrator of the group, managing the order within the group. Although it was just a small group of 10 people, Lu Jia was still extremely excited, as if entrusted with a heavy responsibility, very responsible. White cut black silver mulberry. Up, when will the next video be updated? Has red hair been updated? Urgent updates. High school sophomore is not middle school sophomore. Do you have any group members who kidnap the Up owner to a small black room, and if they don't update, they won't be given food? Cheng Yi. Don't say goodbye, the second video already has a direction and is expected to be updated this Sunday. Lu Jia was a little excited and quickly asked, Brother Cheng, let me know some information. What kind of material is it? Cheng Yi's mouth curved into a wicked smile and said, this time it's not a ghost beast, it's a prank video. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Deadly Challenge, Contributing Actor Level Acting Skills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Deadly Challenge, Contributing Actor Level Acting Skills. Cheng Yi thought about what type of uploader she wanted to be. It must be centered around the living area. Being a ghostly animal has no future. It's slow to gain followers and generates power for love, making it difficult to receive advertisements. In summary, the commercial value of the account is low and the traffic is not easy to monetize. And in the next 4 to 5 years, it will be the world of living areas, and Cheng Yi will pave the way for herself early. The first video, Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Everywhere, was just to attract fans, and from the second video onwards, he will slowly turn to the living area. He has 2 small goals now. 1. 17 years ago, it quickly gained 1 million followers. 2. The first brother in the living area. So regarding the second video, he also has an idea. First, you must show your face plus look a little better equals password to increase followers. Secondly, it is subject to the constraints of filming equipment, funding, and personnel. The theme of the video should be low cost, and it can be filmed with a mobile phone. After much thought, Cheng Yi remembered a very popular video theme. I risked my life to eat late at night while my mother was sleeping. The original creator is Zhao Ziyuan of Bangzi Kingdom. This theme can be said to have gone from being popular abroad to being popular domestically. In 2018, it was uploaded from the internet to a small broken website, and by 2024, there will still be Up creators using this theme. It can be said that this theme perfectly meets the needs of Cheng Yi. Low cost, strong dissemination, and guaranteed popularity. Cheng Yi analyzed why this subject matter became popular. One reason is that the identity of a mother, known as mother, naturally carries a sense of identity oppression. When the mother is sleeping, there is a natural sense of death when she is pranked. Secondly, the food consumed during pranks is particularly prone to making sounds. On the one hand, one has to eat carefully, and on the other hand, one has to make loud noises, which creates a natural contrast and comedic effect. The third is the comedic effect of the material itself, which showcases the mother's true reaction. Cheng Yi plans to randomly persecute a lucky roommate. Finally, on Friday, the carnival night for college students began. The internet cafes around the school are fully booked. Yin Chao was fiddling with his hair in front of the mirror, and at first glance, it was like going to a bar. After all, this one was just a cash register, so it was quite fancy to play with. Huang Shu went to the internet cafe with friends. Before the two of them went out, Cheng Yi also confirmed that they would not return to the dormitory for the next 2 nights. What's going on? You're going to take action on our phone tonight while there's no one around. Yin Chao joked. Let's start with Zhou Hengfeng, and then explore you and Huang Shu until we reach the dormitory. Yin Chao shuddered and said, Don't, brother. You just need to deal with Zhou Hengfeng. At most, you can deal with Huang Shu. I'm a tough guy, don't scare me. Cheng Yi pretended to touch Yin Chao's biceps, causing him to flee in panic. What a little brother. It seems that today's lucky roommate is off phone. At 11:30 p.m., Zhou Hengfeng finally took a shower and went to bed. Cheng Yi fought against the king while waiting for Zhou Hengfeng to sleep. Finally, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Zhou Hengfeng fell asleep. Looking at Zhou Hengfeng's sleeping figure, Cheng Yi felt a little guilty in her heart. I'm sorry, Afeng. Although he made a false accusation to trick you, you should sacrifice yourself for my brother's career. Don't blame me for not reminding you, real reactions are the most effective. Brother will make it up to you. Cheng Yi also turned off the king and turned on the balcony lights, which were turned on to make the phone take clearer photos. Fortunately, the balcony lights were not dazzling, and Zhou Hengfeng still slept soundly. Then Cheng Yi took out the prop she had bought from the cabinet. Potato chips, a large lettuce, cola, and a piece of durian. He quietly placed it on the bed and then set up his phone to start shooting. Cheng Yi's bed and Zhou Hengfeng's bed are aligned, and when I open my phone, I can capture both Cheng Yi's face and Zhou Hengfeng's sleeping head. Hello everyone, I am Cheng Yi, a creator who strives to bring happiness to everyone. Cheng Yi whispered into the camera. It's 1:10 in the morning now. My roommate has already fallen asleep. I want to challenge myself to eat 4 types of food. This challenge is very dangerous because as long as you are caught by your roommate, you will die. Cheng Yixian introduced the background of the story and set Zhou Hengfeng up with the character of Shiba to bring a sense of identity difference and increase the tense and stimulating atmosphere. And next, he will play a character who is both cowardly and suicidal to enhance the video effect. To be honest, Cheng Yi, like the starting readers, are both masculine men with heavy weapons, and it is still difficult to enter such a role. But for the sake of video effects, we also have to perform. The first type of food. Cheng Yi showed off the potato chips in her hand. Potato chips. Then Cheng Yi carefully tore open the packaging while observing Zhou Hengfeng through the video footage. Very good, didn't notice, keep it up. I started eating, it was great, but I still didn't notice. Ah Feng is sleeping very soundly. No, there's some movement. To highlight to the audience that Zhou Hengfeng is a bully and a demon. At this moment it is necessary to show some nervousness appropriately, so in the camera. Cheng Yi quickly put on a show and covered her mouth, her eyes wide open, staring intently at Zhou Hengfeng in the video. Zhou Hengfeng only furrowed his brow slightly and flipped over on the bed a few times, but there was no movement. Hengfeng cooperates very well. Cheng Yi made a sigh of relief again, indicating that there was nothing wrong. The first food, potato chips, successful challenge. Cheng Yi said in an air to the camera, next is the second food, durian. He held a durian and showed it to the camera. Let's start eating. He slowly tore open the cling film, and a strong smell hit his face. Cheng Yi pinched her nose while eating. The taste is too strong, audience grandfathers. Cheng Yi was explaining to the camera when she saw Zhou Hengfeng getting restless again. Cheng Yi has once again started performing at the level of an actor. He first stopped and frantically tried to dispel the smell, before finally hiding the durian in his bed. After a while, Zhou Hengfeng calmed down again. "It's okay, it scared me to death." Cheng Yi took the durian out of the bed and continued to eat it. At this moment, a sleeping murmur came from behind him. "What's the smell?" Zhou Hengfeng asked. "Did the toilet explode?" At this moment, Zhou Hengfeng noticed Cheng Yi and said, "What are you doing? Why haven't you slept yet?" "Of course, I'm filming a video of you being fucked." However, Cheng Yi did not speak his heart, but instead answered with a trembling expression, "No, I didn't do anything. I just went to the restroom." "Did you flush the toilet? Shitting really stinks." Zhou Hengfeng muttered as he covered himself tightly and continued to sleep. Cheng Yi didn't continue eating and waited for another half hour before saying to the camera. "Just now he passed the level perfectly, and now he's asleep again. Keep challenging." Cheng Yi quickly finished the durian and then took out a cola. The third challenge is to drink cola in one breath. Open the pull tab. "It's great, I didn't notice it." "Well done, the next step is to drink it all in one breath." Cheng Yi took a deep breath and then held her head high, tons and tons, and finished a bottle of cola directly. Hiccup. He let out a loud hiccup. Then look at Zhou Hengfeng in the video. "Shouldn't you be angry now? Feng, bring out your full-level anger. What the hell are you doing? Still preventing people from sleeping." Zhou Hengfeng was still very cooperative when he was woken up. His hair was messy, his pajamas were loose, and he looked at Cheng Yi angrily. But Cheng Yi pretended to be obedient and said, "I'm sorry Feng Gu, I just had a cola." "Do you drink cola in the evening?" "Sorry." Cheng Yi bowed. "Ha." Zhou Hengfeng wanted to lose his temper, but when he saw Cheng Yi's rare good attitude, he could only hold back and said, "Don't eat his mother again. It's like being crazy." Cheng Yi dare not speak up. He is now very immersed in the drama, treating himself as a junior brother in the dormitory. Zhou Hengfeng lay heavily in bed, expressing his dissatisfaction. Cheng Yi looked at the camera of her phone, showing a look of both joy and fear. Half an hour later, Zhou Hengfeng fell asleep again. 3 successful food challenges, and finally the ultimate challenge. Cheng Yi held a large lettuce in her arms. This lettuce is the largest one he picked in the supermarket. "Let's eat." Cheng Yi directly held onto the lettuce and nibbled on it. The crisp sound of chewing echoed in the deep night. "What exactly do you want to do?" As expected, under Cheng Yi's design, Zhou Hengfeng still woke up, and even made it impossible for people to sleep. "Sorry, I'm eating lettuce." "What?" Zhou Hengfeng looked over and saw Cheng Yi eating lettuce, and suddenly became speechless. "Are you holding on to such a big lettuce at night?" Lettuce can also supplement vitamins for beauty and is very nutritious. "I don't care what kind of nerves you're having, didn't you see me sleeping? Don't eat, I'll say it one last time. Okay, brother Feng." Then, Zhou Hengfeng lay back. 10 minutes later, it was estimated that Zhou Hengfeng had fallen asleep again, and Cheng Yi started eating again. The crisp sound of chewing kept ringing in the dark night. Zhou Hengfeng kept rolling in bed, clearly having had enough. Cheng Yi stared at the camera on his phone, and as long as Zhou Hengfeng stopped, he continued to eat. At the final stage, the challenge is almost successful. I definitely can't challenge successfully, that would be too boring. We must provoke Zhou Hengfeng. Mud figurines also have a 3-part nature. After pulling and tugging several times, Zhou Hengfeng's temper was so good that he finally couldn't bear it anymore. He lifted the blanket off his body and threw himself out of his bed wearing a pair of black shorts. Cheng Yi was overjoyed, so she contributed her final performance and let out a scream. "Ah!" This scream was a mix of fear, despair, cowardice, and even a hint of crying. I am really an actor. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Video uploading. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Video uploading. The next day, Zhou Hengfen watched the video on his phone, his mouth curved unconsciously. Ah Feng, even you think this video is quite funny, right? Cheng Yi blinked at Zhou Hengfen. Are you joking? Zhou Hengfen quickly straightened his face and denied, I'm very angry, okay? You said I'm a Shiba, where do I look like a Shiba? Looking at Zhou Hengfen's dry appearance, Cheng Yi felt that she was indeed a bit excessive. Huh, the program's effect is great. Cheng Yi chuckled dryly, in order to show your true reaction, I didn't tell you in advance. It's my fault, and I sincerely apologize to you. The video is now on your phone. If you're not satisfied, you can delete it. Upon hearing this, Zhou Hengfen was somewhat surprised and said, Are you really willing? You have made so much preparation. Just shoot something else, you can find more themes, roommates can't find more. Zhou Hengfen placed his hand on the delete button and couldn't make up his mind for a moment. After all, he still hesitated about Cheng Yi. Ah Feng is really kind, Cheng Yi sighed in her heart. Then he said, Ah Feng, let's not dwell on this for now. Let's change the topic. What are your plans for college? Zhou Hengfen thought carefully and said, For now, I just want to study hard and strive to get a scholarship. Puff. Zhou Hengfen was a bit sensitive. What are you laughing at? I think of something fun. Cheng Yi waved her hand and said it wasn't important. Besides getting a scholarship, don't you have any ideas? Part-time. Club. Department. Entrepreneurship. The freshmen who have just entered university, with a passionate and ambitious heart, seem to have a responsibility to save the world on their shoulders at any time. When walking, you have to stand on tiptoe, pout your butt, and hold your head high. I thought to myself that I must achieve something in college, and fantasized about becoming a successful person and manipulating things. They look forward to opportunities to appear, to exercise, and to become excellent people. They crave to admire their gaze and leap to fame in college. Until they got into their sophomore year. I don't have any ideas yet. Ah Feng, let's shoot a video together. Cheng Yi walked up to Zhou Hengfen and patted his shoulder. This is a road full of flowers, and we are standing on the wind now. At this moment, the 7 o'clock sunlight, reflected and refracted through a series of complex diffuse reflections, fell on Cheng Yi's body. The air was filled with small dust particles, dancing in the light like a dream, as if building a stage. In the first half of the year, Pepe Sauce auctioned off her first patch advertisement, selling only one advertisement for 22 million. And she uploaded her first video just over a year ago. How terrifying is 22 million? Using all of this 22 million to buy rice can buy 5.5 million pounds. One person can only eat rice in a day, from prehistoric civilization to modern society. And this is just a few years from the beginning of the self-media era. In the future, it will cover everything and shine limitless light. Not limited to the starry sky, history, games, dance, music, comedy, clowning, handsome, cute pets, selling miserably. As long as you have a selling point, you can attract countless traffic, and capital will flock in, earning money in a month that ordinary people cannot earn in a lifetime. Often, there are not many opportunities for class advancement, making videos may be the easiest way. Zhou Hengfen swallowed his saliva and said, I will learn more about it myself. Take your time to think, don't worry. Now tidy up and I'll take you to the back street to go online. Make up for disturbing your sleep last night, Cheng Yi said as she took her phone from Zhou Hengfen's hand. Mobile phone. Zhou Hengfen stared at his empty palm, hey. Forget it, remember to give me a code, and next time, no matter what you're shooting, please let me know first _ no problem. The back street is behind the dormitory in the 7th district, and there is a small door leading to the outside of the school. The small door is very narrow, and two people cannot pass through it side by side. This small door has the campus of the University of Science and Technology on the inside and three forked paths on the outside. On both sides of the paths are various snacks, internet cafes, shops, and noodle shops. Even though the back street is the closest internet location to the 8th district, Cheng Yi and Zhou Hengfeng walked for more than 10 minutes. Along the way, we passed through the 8th district cafeteria, gymnasium, playground, foreign language college, and 7th district dormitory. At the back street, Cheng Yi bought 2 bottles of water, mineral water at 3 yuan, a package of melon seeds, a package of hot sticks at 3 yuan, and a stinky tofu, and then went straight to the internet cafe. Arrived at the internet cafe. Swipe your card, get on the computer, click on the browser, log into the 4399 Three Kingdoms Kill Old Edition, click on the Supreme 8-player field, and start the game. Complete operation in one go. Cheng Yi's identity is that of a villain, and he received a Juju award. At the beginning, it was very uncomfortable. All 3 of his villain teammates were disabled, with no cards or health, while the loyal minister and trader's health remained healthy. How can Zionii play without jumping back? The wind blows on the eggshell, and the cards take away people's peace. Swa C's card sequence is touching. How about going to a regular field at level 64? It's really deceiving. What's your name with a 45% win rate? You have the face to command me at night. How many games do I play and how many games do you play? Your level is the result of losing. On the public screen, teammates are happily spraying each other. In the headwind, Cheng Yi thought he was going to lose, but he didn't expect his cards to be so bad. 2 AOEs harvested the heads of 3 teammates and relied on the skills of killing villains to obtain cards and imparting them. The cards never broke and remained at more than 10. In the end, he hit the crossbow again. He was in the 8th position and could have directly killed the Lord. However, he fought in the opposite direction, killing loyal ministers and traitors one after another, and then took away the Lord's head in one fell swoop, completing the 7 kills achievement. It's refreshing, I took off directly, it's just art. I've been playing Three Kingdoms Kill for almost 10 years, it's never been so enjoyable. Unfortunately, there was no recording, it's too bad. This is even more difficult than a King's 5 kills, but it's hard to come by. After playing a few more games, there were wins and losses, and the game was full of excitement. Cheng Yi put aside her playfulness and uploaded the video to her computer to start editing it. This material can be captured in one shot without much editing, just add subtitles, add a few special effects, sound effects, and then adjust the color of the screen. However, Cheng Yi also put in effort to make the video exquisite. Secondly, great attention is also paid to copyright. Fonts, special effects, and sound effects are all made using open copyright-free resources to avoid infringement and potential disputes that may arise after enlargement. Familiar with the road, Cheng Yi only took 2 or 3 hours to complete it. Then, Cheng Yi uploaded the video to Xiaopa Station. Named, If Caught, You'll Die, Eat After Sheba Sleeps. Cheng Yi kindly reminds in the introduction. This video content seriously harms the dormitory relationship, please do not imitate it. The up owner himself paid a huge price the next day, through PY trading, and was forgiven by his roommate. He only uploaded it to the small broken website with his roommate's consent. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Married Concerns. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10 Married Concerns. As the producer of Land Change, Cheng Yi's ID has attracted much attention on Xiaopa Station because his appearance is too legendary. On the first day of its establishment, the platform released a masterpiece that can be regarded as a masterpiece of the history of small broken stations. In less than half a month, the number of views reached over 5 million, and the number of violent followers increased from 0 to over 50,000. Too many people are curious about his identity, and some even speculate whether it is the new vest of the old Ghost and Livestock District owner. Almost the entire Ghost Animal District's gaze fell on him, calling him the strongest dark horse of the year in the Ghost Animal District. Countless people are looking forward to his next work because they want to know whether the spring breeze of reform blows over the ground is a miraculous work that he skillfully stumbled upon, or his true level. Even if the next ghostly work is only 80% of the quality of The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground, Cheng Yi can still occupy a top spot in the ghostly area and compete with the four major debtors. So, under the watchful eyes of the main owner of the Ghost Animal District, and with countless Ghost Animal District viewers eagerly anticipating, Cheng Yi released a new video. If caught, you'll die. Eat after Shiba sleeps. Is it a ghost animal? Must be a ghostly beast, right? How could it be a living area? Don't mess around, big shot. Countless viewers who clicked on the video were puzzled, and then when they saw the beginning of the video, they became even more puzzled. Handsome guy, who are you? The uniform barrage of handsome guy who are you and instantly filled the entire barrage. Lu Jia had already learned from the group that Cheng Yi was going to update her video today, so she kept squatting on the small broken website, constantly refreshing the webpage. Since watching The Spring Breeze of Reform Blows Over the Ground, he has fallen in love with Ghost Animal. A few days ago, when Cheng Yi mentioned in the group that the next video was not Ghost Animal, he was somewhat disappointed. He felt that Cheng Yi was a bit neglecting his career. If the data of this prank video is not good, no, he even said that he hopes the new video data is not good, and then he wants to persuade Cheng Yi to return to the path of being a ghost and not waste his talent. So, he opened a new video with such a mood, and then had the same question with netizens. Damn it, handsome guy, who are you? Although Cheng Yi may not be very handsome in reality, under the effect of light and shadow, it seems to have added a layer of filters to him. The dim light cut through sharp facial features, a thin face, delicate bangs, and a pair of sparkling eyes in the dark night. Even if Lu Jia is a man, he thinks the people in the video are too handsome. Lu Jia touched her belly and choked silently. It was not as agreed. Those who play with small rundown stations are all dead fat houses. Why did you rebel against the revolution? Putting aside appearance, Lu Jia found this prank challenge too interesting. It's 1:10 in the morning now. My roommate has already fallen asleep. I want to challenge myself to eat 4 types of food. This challenge is very dangerous because as long as you are caught by your roommate, you will die. Just hearing Cheng Yi's introduction, Lu Jia seemed to instantly immerse himself in Cheng Yi's character. The sense of immersion is too strong. Epinephrine secretion, a sense of tension strikes. He slowed down his breathing with Cheng Yi and looked at Zhou Hengfeng, who was sleeping soundly, as if he were a sleeping tiger. As Cheng Yi continued to challenge her with food, Lu Jia immediately roasted that she could not. Potato chips. Why choose potato chips? Hey, you know eating potato chips makes a loud noise, right? Is it certain that such a loud noise won't wake up Shiba? Damn it, Shiba moved. There was a false alarm, but fortunately he didn't wake up. Durian. Have you really considered choosing durian seriously? Also, Cheng Yi, can you really eat it? This will definitely wake up, will it? Sure enough, you're awake. Hey. Damn it, it's actually hidden under the blanket. It's really a talent. Why do you look at his cowardly appearance and then die like this? I really want to laugh. Next, cola. This is okay. Lu Jia is still choosing to be clear-headed for Cheng Yi's choice of cola, thinking that this should be easily challenged. But unexpectedly, Cheng Yi, who finished drinking cola in one breath, let out a groundbreaking hiccup. Ha ha ha, I'm laughing to death. This amazing hiccup is amazing. Is it really something that humans can do? Oh no, Shiba woke up. Really, hit him. I can't help it anymore. At this moment, the barrage was also filled with ha ha ha. Finally, the ultimate challenge has arrived. I saw Cheng Yi holding out a huge lettuce. Yes, it was holding, not taking it because it was too big. Lu Jia was instantly shocked, and he directly covered his forehead with his hand. When it comes to dying, I really underestimate you. It's really outrageous. How did you think of challenging such a big lettuce? Sheba is going to collapse, is she? She must be going to collapse, right? As expected by Lu Jia, Hengfen will completely lose control next week. But the most exciting part is the repeated tugs and tugs between Cheng Yi and Zhou Hengfen later on. Cheng Yi wanted to eat but dared not, while Zhou Hengfen wanted to hit someone while enduring it. This delicate balance is really amazing. In the end, when Cheng Yi took the last bite of lettuce, it became the last straw that overwhelmed the camel, breaking this delicate balance. Zhou Hengfen rushed over wearing a mosaic. Then the scene froze, with a dynamic music and a black arrow to be continued. This is also the standard ending commonly used by future Upmasters. The special effects of this freeze frame also pushed the level of humor in this prank video to a peak. Ha ha ha. I'm laughing to death. This video is amazing. Lu Jia was so happy that he kicked his legs on the bed. After a while, he stopped happily, and then he realized a fact. So, I don't like ghostly animals. I just like Cheng Yi's videos. I now declare that Cheng Yi is the eternal God. I will be your loyal fan from now on. At 10 p.m., the CEO of Xiaopa Station, who had finished socializing with clients, was married and had just returned to the hotel. He took a bath while clicking on the ranking list of small broken websites. Married people don't always look at the rankings of broken websites every day, but they also maintain a certain frequency. As a CEO, he needs to maintain sensitivity and control the creative direction and community atmosphere of broken websites. He kept opening videos and closing them one by one until he saw Cheng Yi's video. Once, twice, 3 times he watched it 5 times before pausing the playback. In his position, what he saw was not the level of humor in the video, but the maturity conveyed behind it. Mature structure, mature editing style, mature performance form. Even from this video, he saw what he had been looking for. The development direction of X Station within 3 to 5 years. He instinctively called his secretary. Mr. Chen, what's up? A magnetic female voice rang out from the phone. Can you help me contact an up host? No, forget it, wait a little longer. Married and hung up the phone, he closed his eyes for a moment and thought to himself. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Let's wait for his next video and watch it. It's not the time yet. However, he still picked up his phone and forwarded Cheng Yi's video through his own account. It's so funny. Looking forward to your next video, thumb. End of this chapter.